Consider supporting Review Tech USA on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. Skip it up and that up. So as you well know, I absolutely despise microtransactions. I can barely tolerate cosmetic microtransactions that don't alter gameplay. Like, for example, I did a story a few days ago where someone in Counter-Strike Global Offensive spent over $60,000 on a skin for a gun. A skin. Something cosmetic for one of your weapons in a game that could be in a few years irrelevant. Someone spent what people put as a down payment on a house. But whatever, hey, it's your money and it doesn't affect the gameplay. And if you want to waste over $60,000 on a skin for a gun in a game, have at it, go ahead. You have my blessing to be a moron. But if you think that microtransactions are going away, I got some bad news for you. In the fiscal year of 2017 for Activision, over $4 billion of its revenue, which is over half the revenue it made in 2017, came from microtransactions. They're making more money off of microtransactions than they are from conventional sales. So during Activision's Q4 2017 financial results, the company revealed that they made $7.16 billion in revenue for the entire year. Now that in and of itself isn't a big deal. The big deal is that $4 billion of that revenue came from in-game purchases or microtransactions. Now, one thing I didn't know till I started doing research for this video is that Activision owns game developer King. King makes games like Candy Crush Soda, Candy Crush Saga, those mobile games that are very in-app purchase heavy. And when I found that out, I was thinking, oh, what's the big deal? You know, they got a lot of in-app purchases from those stupid games for mobile. You know, yeah, of course they're going to get a lot of microtransaction purchases and in-game app purchases from those games. But even if you take away the games that King develops, like Candy Crush Saga, Candy Crush Soda, $2 billion of revenue from those in-game purchases came from Activision's AAA games, like Call of Duty World at War, Bungie's Destiny, and Overwatch. So half of that in-game purchase revenue came from games that King developed, like Candy Crush Saga, and half of that in-game purchase revenue, that microtransaction revenue, came from AAA games that Activision publishes. So they're making a ton of money off of microtransactions on AAA games that you and I play. And combined, Activision's making more money, more revenue, I should say, off of in-game purchases and microtransactions than they are off of conventional sales. I know I said this earlier in this video, but I want that to sink in. So look, we could complain as much as we want to. We could sit here and say we hate microtransactions, and I do. I can't stand them. If I have no choice, like I consistently say, I'll barely tolerate microtransactions that are just for cosmetic things like skins on guns or outfits. Fine, people want to waste their money on them, so be it. But obviously, people in the gaming community, and I'm not just talking on YouTube, I'm just talking anyone who considers themselves a gamer in general, someone's buying the microtransactions. Someone's buying into this. Again, put Candy Crush to the side. Half of that microtransaction revenue came from normal games that you and I would buy. It came from those games. So people, as much as people are complaining, they're buying into those microtransactions. They're spending money. So here's the thing. I have bad news for everybody. You and I could complain as much as we want to. I personally don't buy into microtransactions. Maybe once or twice in the past, over like the past 6 years, I've spent money and then I realized I thought it was ridiculous and I didn't do it ever again. But obviously people are investing in these games. And guess what Activision doesn't care about? They don't care about your complaints. They care about your money. So you can complain as much as you want to, but if you're like, oh, you son of a bitch, I hate these microtransactions, but take my money, I hate these microtransactions and in-game purchases, they piss me off, but here's $300, my Activision. Complain. They don't care. They just see the green that you put on the table and they're like, oh, I'm sorry that you don't like our microtransactions. Let me just take that money that you just gave us to buy in-game purchases. I'm sorry that you're pissed, but if you want to be pissed again and spend even more money, you're welcome to. And also, I'm sure the rest of the industry is paying attention to Activision's financial results, especially EA. And if they see that over half of their revenue came from in-game purchases, what do you think other publishers and developers are going to do? They're going to have in-game purchases and want to get that revenue as well. So it's going to spread like a virus. It already is. But now that they see that the Activision's making more money off of in-game purchases and microtransactions than they are off conventional sales, other companies are going to be like, yeah, I'm jumping on board. So prepare yourselves for 2018, 2019, and 2020, because if you think that in-game purchases and microtransactions are a big problem now, they're going to become an even bigger problem because there's money to be made there. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and to hear more content like this, make sure to subscribe to Review Tech USA.